Welcome everyone for the astrology capsule of December 2017. So let's do a brief recap of November 2017. So there was all those collective planets that were really working hands in hands with the personal planets mainly, as well as the transpersonal planets. So that was really intense in terms of opening up our perspective, our usage of our personal planets, just the regular energies we use on a daily basis, and opening it up to a greater perspective. So as I'm speaking right now, it's still going, so it's still a really important month of November because it really opens up our horizons of what's possible, what we can do, what we can feel connected to, how big a project we can look at, just to make our perspective grow on what we can do with our own energies. So that's quite interesting, still going right now, November 2017. And now let's go right away in December. December is a really key month, and there are some specific timings that are happening there. So the most important aspects are happening right at the winter solstice. So December 20, well, end of December 20th and December 21st actually is the big entrance of Saturn in the sign of Capricorn. So that is quite serious. Saturn will be home in Capricorn. Saturn is ruling Capricorn. And also at the very beginning, we can see a conjunction of Sun and Saturn in Capricorn on winter solstice. As we know, when it's winter solstice, it's the entrance of the Sun in Capricorn. And this time what is so special is that Saturn is entering in Capricorn at the same time. So at the exact same day, they'll be together. And you know, a passage of Saturn entering a different sign is really key because Saturn will last for about 2.5 years to 3 years per sign. So that's very significant since Saturn is such an important planet. Transits of Saturn are so key because it tells us about the limits that will be around us and that will kind of force a specific work that we'll have to do. And sometimes it's not very pleasant, but it's always there. So now that Saturn will leave the world of Sagittarius, where there was a lot of ideas in the air lately, a lot of great ideas, a lot of thinking. We realized a lot of things in those last 2.5 years, and now it will be a time to really give place to those great ideas, to choose some, to filter out our ideas, choose some, stick to them, and really realize them, bring them in a way more structured, more concrete world, and just really get at it and do this. And it's really nice because the two first planets, and I'm including the luminaries as I'm talking about planets right now, the two first planets that will be meeting Saturn at the entrance of Capricorn are the Sun, of course, right at this winter solstice, but also the next one, and this is going to be happening right at Christmas on December 25th, and it's going to be Venus. So on Christmas this year, it's going to be a special Christmas because Venus, which is telling us about everything we like, everything we're attracted to, everything that shines, that is so shiny for our own eyes, that we perceive as being brilliant, as being shiny, as being sprinkling, as being pleasant for our eyes, for our senses, for our heart. Venus tells us about what we like, basically what we love and what we like. So having Venus transiting Saturn right there at 0 degrees Capricorn is very, very good sign, because this is telling us about how Saturn will act for those 2.5 years. Will it be a terrible, difficult Saturn that will be demanding a lot from us, that will be showing lines that we really have to stick to and that we'll be having a very difficult time working with?
or will it be a nice Saturn that will be clever, will give us some wisdom, will give us some general guidelines to help us to concretize and materialize our plans. And now, seeing that both Sun and Venus are the first planets transiting on Saturn and Capricorn, we can see that it's going to be very beneficial, and it's a really nice sign, and it's a really good omen for everybody that really wants to concretize new ideas that were born in Sagittarius, to really concretize them and give them a form and a structure so that they will be strong, and they will finally grow roots, and they will finally be showing what they are, and we'll see how this will be concretized with time. And on a more sacred side of things, in a more spiritual way of looking at this whole idea of Saturn in Capricorn and the visit of the Sun right at the solstice of winter solstice, and also the visit of Venus on Christmas, we can be very hopeful that the structure that is coming, the ideas that will be put forward very soon and that will be proposed for us to be concretized, we can be reassured that we'll be able to love those ideas. So there are some ideas that we'll be able to really care for, to appreciate, to like, to work with, that will be, our heart will be with it. So let's just be really careful those coming months, even years actually, because it's going to last for 2.5 years, to some ideas, some principles, and some, even from politics, from different organizations, some lines that will be proposed to us, and let's identify some that will be able to say, oh, I can stand for that idea, I can be behind that, I can help, I can support, I'm really happy to support that idea. And this is very important, that we can see those projects, because they will be there. That's what Sun and Venus transiting on the early Saturn and early Capricorn, that's what it's telling us, that there will be those ideas, they will be out there, they will be ready to be manifested, to be concretized, and our heart would be with them. So this is very important, that we are aware that those ideas are out there, so that we can really search for them, and as soon as we find them, just give our love, our support, our joy, and just be with those ideas and be ready to give a hand to those ideas, because they are really important. They are the fruit of everything that happened those last 2.5 years in Sagittarius, where lots of ideas were brought around and swirling, and people were saying so many things, and some great changes may happen in Capricorn, since Saturn will be bringing a lot of new things in a very concrete way. It won't necessarily be a new way of thinking, it will be a new way of doing things, it will be a new way of driving, a new way of building, a new way of teaching, a new way of everything. So all those great new ideas, let's be aware and looking for them. So December is a month of celebration, it's a month of happiness, so let's open our eyes. It's going to be a good period of time for us to just be open to those new energies coming with Saturn entering Capricorn. It's going to be amazing, it's going to be quite strong. It's a great chance for everybody that really wants to make a difference in this world in a very physical way, in a very concrete way. It's going to be a great time those next 2.5 years to do it, actually, to move into action, to make the move and bring what we've been preparing all those last years. I also would like to encourage you all to just think about the whole year 2017 while we'll be going through December. Think about everything you've done, think about everything you realized, everything you thought of, everything you felt, everything you went through basically during that year and try to draw conclusions out of this. It's a really important exercise, especially in astrology, since the year is just a sequence of gifts that we receive from the stars. It's important to notify them, to celebrate those gifts. So as you'll be celebrating for Christmas, for the end of this year, beautiful year, think about all that. You can write it down, you can talk to it with your friends at some evenings. I really do encourage you to think and be really thankful for everything that you received through 2017. It's a really potent exercise because that tells already 2018 how you consider a year, and so it already prepares some the ground and within yourself to welcome this year 2018 that is coming for us all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will enjoy. If you have any question regarding any topic, again, just please post them under the video there, and it will be a pleasure to answer you. Thank you so much, and actually see you next year for January 2018.